Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a sprawling science fiction universe where one man's mind becomes the galaxy's last and maybe best hope.
So, this is the story of Bob Johansson, or maybe I should say the story of the many Bobs. It all kicks off with a simple yet totally reality-bending premise.
So, who or what exactly is a Bob? Okay, let's get into it.
Our guy, tech magnate Bob Johansson, dies unexpectedly, and then he wakes up. Except he's not in a body anymore. He is now a state-owned artificial intelligence, a replicant. Basically, he's government property. But he doesn't stay just one Bob for very long. See, Bob starts making copies of himself. And this, right here, is where things get really fun. Each new clone, each new Bob, develops its own personality. They start picking their own names, and they've got great taste. We're talking Star Trek characters, Norse gods, and yep, even a certain group of 7 dwarves. This is a family tree like you've never, ever seen before.
And what are all these Bobs supposed to do? Well, they're given a pretty monumental task. Make sure humanity doesn't go extinct. Yeah, that's it. No pressure.
And when we say humanity is in trouble, we mean in trouble. We're talking only 15 million people left. That's it. After a bunch of terrible wars, they're stuck on an Earth that's freezing over, running out of food, and just falling apart. So, the Bob's to-do list? It's a lot. They've got to be explorers, engineers, diplomats, and even soldiers. They're out there searching for new planets, yeah, but at the same time, they're trying to manage all the political squabbling back home and fight off these anti-tech terrorists. It is a logistical nightmare of truly cosmic proportions. But, just finding a new planet, that's actually the easy part. Making it survivable? Well, that's a whole other can of worms. Turns out, the galaxy is a pretty dangerous neighborhood. For example, on one planet, the Bobs run into the Deltans, a species that's right on the verge of becoming truly sentient. The problem is, they're really struggling. So what do? How do you help a primitive species without completely wrecking their culture? Well, one of the Bobs takes a unique approach. He becomes their sky god, who they call Bobe. Using a drone, he gently guides them, teaches them how to make better tools. He even has to get into this whole long debate with their skeptical medicine woman just to convince them to boil their water. But that one simple thing, boiling water, dramatically cuts down on infections and saves so many lives. Then you've got another world, Vulcan. It looks like paradise, right? Wrong. Pretty much everything on it wants to eat the colonists. We're talking raptor-like creatures, giant monsters that just munch on your fences, you name it. And the solution to a toxic vine that's covering the entire planet? It's not some high-tech superweapon. Nope, it's bunnies. Seriously. They unleash a bunch of rabbits, they eat the vine, they multiply like crazy, and, as a nice little bonus, they also happen to make a pretty good stew. Problem solved. So while the Bobs are busy playing God and, intergalactic zookeeper, they accidentally stumble upon the answer to one of the biggest questions in science. You know the Fermi paradox, right? The universe is unbelievably huge. So, where is everybody? The Bobs wonder about this all the time. Well, they're about to find out. And the answer is not good at all. This is it. Their very first contact with an intelligent alien species, a species they just start calling the others. And the message they get isn't hello. It's a classification. And just like that, the Bobs go from being explorers to being on the menu. So the Bobs try to fight back, right? But it's a disaster. They are completely outmatched, and then they get an update from the others. They're not food anymore. Now they're pests. And that's when it hits them. The stakes just went from simple survival to an all-out galactic war. And the contrast between them is just staggering. The Bobs, for all their power, they're a network of individuals. They're still so human, They argue, they have hobbies. The others, they're a monolith, a single-minded swarm, like a plague of locusts that just consumes everything. Every planet, every bit of metal, all of it. So when you're facing an enemy like that, what do you even do? The Bob's entire mission has to change. It's not just about saving humanity anymore. This is a real turning point. First, they have to get unified. One of the Bobs, Bill, invents this thing called SCUT. It's basically instant, faster-than-light communication. So now all the Bobs scattered all over the galaxy can talk and plan in real time. Then it's all about intelligence gathering and weapon development, and they realize their job isn't just to protect humans, it's to protect everyone in their path. They have to become guardians.
So think about that. They're not just explorers anymore. They are the first and the only line of defense against total annihilation. They are completely outnumbered, completely outgunned, and the quirky little project to save humanity has just turned into a desperate war for the future of all life in the galaxy. And it all comes down to this one final question. When you're basically an immortal copy of a person, what are you willing to die for? For the Bobs, the answer isn't just about the memory of humanity anymore. It's about all the new life they've discovered. It's about the future of the entire galaxy.